Hey, good morning. So this time I hope uh, it's a better setup for the sound. I had two sessions so far this week, and each of those had a problem with the sound. I'm putting away my previous mic. I'm trying a new one. I hope this one works better. So, today I'm going to have a shorter session. Probably I need to head to office. So, um, I wanted to share the progress I had yesterday on the project, and yeah, maybe do a little bit more of work. So, in the previous session, we did add count, filter, and sort functionalities. Um and then after that I spent some more time, went through a new section of the uh, tutorial, which was basically parsing the stats. And what I basically needed was to add a struct to basically pass the information I'm extracting around the program. This struct contains the process info and what I was interested in I put there, but it's way more than that. So if I do man 5 proc, I get, yeah, the amount of information that there is. Let's see. I think it was something like 52, 53 items. Yeah, this is also something that we can do here, right? Each piece of this information is telling something about this process, right? But I'm picking just those that I need: PID, name, state, um, parent process ID, parent group ID, session ID. I think this one is command terminal, and this is the number of threads. Then I did a little bit of a change. I brought the std out setup a little, made it available a little bit earlier in the program. The main reason for that was I was adding flag to the program. Okay, let's see. So now if I do Zig build without any extra option, I get the information about all the processes that I have, from process ID to number of threads and stuff like that. But also I can do info on a specific uh, process and get the information about that, right? There are still some edge cases with this, but the main reason I extracted things like the format string of the output and made the std out available earlier was being able to do this in place, because a lot of the stuff that I'm doing in the program, in the main body of the program, like opening the proc directory, is not necessary here. What else did I do? These are some cleanups. I don't need these. The extra info. Yeah, this one was an interesting one. So in the previous session, I was using this std sort ascending to do the sort on the output. That's because back then I only had this array list of U32s. So there was a generic function that could do that, but then I change the body of that array that was containing the whole data I had with the struct processing that I showed earlier, right? And then I wanted to sort it on the PID, right? For that, I needed to provide a new function, and this is basically the signature of function that sort function will take in. You just get a void argument. This is something used internally by I don't know, the standard methods. And then A and B are the two objects that you want to compare, and you are supposed to return the less than value if it's less than or not. Then also when I switch to array list, I could drop basically the facility I had about counting items, and since it was also sorted, I could just pick the last item of the list to get the highest PID, so this stuff got dropped. The next important function that I have is parse stat alloc. This is basically parsing the stats file. I am using an allocator because some of the functions that I use inside this need an allocator. What is significant about this is actually how I'm parsing this body. Let me quickly get this. So they are space separated, except for the name. All of them are direct values, but the name is basically inside parentheses, right? So the trick here was quite interesting. Was to find this starting parenthesis, the first parentheses and the last parentheses, and from there start parsing, right? And when you do the last parentheses, you can then do this split based on spaces, and then based on their location, you can pick the value you need. And in my case here, I am using an array, basically a fixed size array, to just pick what I need, right? And then if I need more than that, I can just increase the size of the array, the number of field counts that I'm reading, and based on that, iterate the sequence that I'm extracting based on the space separated string. And from there, it's easy. I can just parse what I need and then assign it to process info object. Yeah, just checking if I'm streaming correctly. Yes, it looks like it's working. Then what else do I have? I think that's it. This is the progress I had so far. I also updated my agent a little bit. The flashcards it was generating wasn't that useful. I realized that I remember stuff, but I don't know how to use it in the context. So I guided a little bit, and also along the way added some features like this one. So now it's suggesting some improvements on the code. I asked it to add it as a to-do, which I'm going to pick up after I'm completing each section. And now I can probably check my exercises to see where I am right now. Parse more fields. I added more fields, process group, number of threads, field 3 after, and field 18 after. So that's probably what I need to fix in my current code, because right now I am picking, let's see, I'm picking only 18 fields. So let's do 18 and here do 17. This should now give me a better process count, the threads count. So I assume this is correct now. 18 threads, 1 thread. That makes more sense. Okay. Also for process group, yeah, here is it? Yeah, PGID. This I already have. Hint, continue calling. Yeah, that I did. Parse command line arguments. Read cmdline to get full command line argument. This file uses null bytes 0 as separators instead of spaces. Okay, so let's see. At cmdline, it is binary, but let's check the one for Emacs. It's at proc 3782 cmdline. It is not why it's calling it. Let me try again. USRPM, so no bat. Yeah, this is so. Well, my default cat, I'm using bat, and that's considering this to be a binary. But you see, the original cat actually can parse it. Let's see. E2 cmdline. File is indicating it to be empty. I think this is the reason, right? I think I also need to share something else I found yesterday. So let's see. Here I'm reading the file, right? And this requires a maximum bytes that it needs to read from the file, right? I was using this method, stat file that get end position to get this value. But as soon as I was running the app, it was failing with an exception that the file is too big. And then I realized the reason for that is these files we discussed in the previous sessions, these files don't exist, and kernel is generating them on the fly whenever we ask them to be read. So that's probably why commands like file don't work on this, and bat is also considering this to be a binary for some reason, but the cat, they can work here. It's actually reading. So that's nice to know. And what I wanted to do was to, okay, read this file and then join them using strings, spaces. So instead, let's do const cmd try. Actually, I need to open it as well, right? So let's do it. Can I use the same buffer. Let's ask from LLM. Now I want to also read cmdline file. What happens if I use the same buffer as the one used for snap paths? Okay. So this is a cat and mouse situation with Anthropic. Let's see how, if I reopen it, it's going to be fixed. Let's see if there is a fix by community on this. Config open code. Open code JSON. What was it called? Open code plot os. Open code plot. Yesterday. One hour ago. Going full time with codex. Okay. I need to reconsider my choice of agent, probably. Sorry, the choice of model. But let's see if I have another model available. I think I have a GitHub one that doesn't have Opus available, but maybe it can be useful for now until I find a fix for this. GitHub. Copy. Okay, I need to log in and connect. Nice. And let's see if I can use Sonnet for 6 thinking. Better. Good question. Let's think through before touching any code. What does a stat pass do with buff? It writes a pass, a starting and pass a string into it. Something like that. After that, call. What does the function do with that pass? Does it hold into buffer? Yeah, I think that's going to cause some confuse. Let's rename this to stat buff, and then basically do the same var cmd buff 64 UA and maybe I can do it even simpler, right? I can do it like proc. How can I cast an integer into a string? Okay, no, it wasn't possible. Okay, cmd pass, and then here to cmd buff. Probably I can make a function to do this as well somehow. I'm going to do that. Read file alloc absolute pass of stu8 and alloc itself. And then directory here, I need the PID. And then I call it with process file block. Okay, now can give me first cmd equal to read process file alloc. I pass in the allocator, PID would be PID, and then this would be cmdline, and const that read process alloc PID stat like this. And I can drop all these. Let's just try if it works. Yes, that's because I need to write. Beautiful. And then here I have cmd. I can, what I need to do is to replace null bytes with a space. The I have replace. Replace. Output is writing to an output buffer, which is assumed to be appropriate size. Use replacement size. Okay, so can I do what is the replacements? Oh, the number of replacements, okay. Okay, so see, what is replace owned? Okay, this one is what I need. Replace owned U8 allocator. Input is cmd. Needle is replacement is space. And this one you try. cmdline like this. What's the error? How can I represent byte? Okay. Let's add it here. The line. List U8. And then down here, that not actually here, the line above, dot cmd line equal to cmd line. And then can I actually I need to print it as well. Here. Look at that, nice. Actually, let's do something more interesting. For now, let's just add a slash n here too. Hey, Gray Matter Malware. Good morning. Cool. I have this feature added. What else do I need? Handle permission errors. Some processes are only readable by their owner. What happens when you try as non-root? I think I have it covered. Have I? Oh, this one it reads. How can I replicate this? ADIR proc test shipping. What do you mean by systemd? Test string. Cannot create no such file or directory. Okay, it's not readable. Okay, I cannot make anything there, but let's see if there is anything that I can not read. Everything is owned by root and my user. Avahi. Probably I have access to this too. user currently. Probably because I'm part of the root group. Okay. Is that the case? Oops. No. Yeah. Now I want to test. I know things like bubble wrap and stuff like that, but oh, nice. Sudo dash u nobody. Actually, zig sudo dash u nobody. That's running it for everything. Wait a minute. I have the zig out, right? Zig. Sudo dash u nobody. Okay, and then info one. That's weird. What about the agent that I have? SSH agent, and then go to the process explorer. Okay, this is a very tight user I have here. I know this one groups is only part of the user, so no will, no thing like that. Maybe that's what you mean. Gray matter malware. System D is causing this. And your machine, you can also run the builds, and your user is only part of the users group, yet it can also see any processes owned by root. Is it caused by systemd? Not systemd, it's simpler than that. Look at permissions. Oh, okay. Yeah, stupid. That's just how proc works by default on Linux. Must process metadata. Is it possible to enable on NixOS? Oh, then this is something you enable on, means users can only see their own processes. Okay, so if I basically need to, let's see, virtual file system, I don't have it, and boot hardware configuration. Processes, but not read. Let's see if this builds. I cannot probably test it while I'm streaming, but oh man, I'm late. I will do this build and run. Okay, it built, but I probably need a restart. Let's do a final check. Oh, nice. Permission denied. I love it. Cool. So this actually works already in my program. I didn't need to do anything else. The next one would be process 3 discovery. That's for later. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a nice day.